Hello everyone and welcome back to Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, where we have learned that Machi can speak English. Shocker. I did not see that coming. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to know that, like, almost from the outset. Alright, so Machi's gonna tell us what really happened. No shooting. I did no shooting. So you weren't lying. You weren't in the dressing room when I heard those 2 gunshots, correct? You were. Apparently the answer to that question isn't simple either. I was in dressing room behind desk, manager, he on floor. Which should be after the shooting, right? Then there's voice. Voice, or voices. Was it you and Emma, Apollo? So when Machi went into the dressing room, Mr. Latus had already been shot, and then we came to the door. Panel high up, I take off, run away, run away. So it was you who escaped through that air vent. As the prosecution has held all along, no less. As the defendant has admitted to being at the scene, might we take this as a confession? What? No, he's clearly denied that he did it. I know shooting, manager on floor, already on floor. The victim had already been shot, you say? I find that hard to believe. The defendant understood the song lyrics, he was at the scene of the crime. This can only mean one thing, he is the shooter. Does the defendant have anything to say to this? He's clammed up, Apollo. Then let's ask Mr. Justice. Will you require any further testimony from the witness? Is that it? Is there nothing else I can get him to testify about? Wait. No, of course there is. What is this cocoon anyway? The cocoon, the silk, is a potent cure. A cure? Machi, are you a smuggler? He won't tell me, so yeah, he's definitely doing something he shouldn't be, but I don't think he murdered anyone. That cocoon has to have something to do with this. Machi, please, tell us the truth for your own sake. No more speak, not to any of you. So much for your precious trust there, forehead. Hey, you were the one who didn't believe him. Regardless, this brings us to an impasse. It does seem that the defense and the defendant are at odds. I doubt we are likely to learn anything more of value should this continue. I see no other course but to declare a 5-minute recess. Wait, what? The defense will work things out with the defendant so that we might proceed. Well, that's not what I was expecting. Okay. We've dealt with worse. Apollo Eustace. That's justice. Better learn how to say it if you ever want to get some. Wait. Gonna let that go. Believe I know shooting. Machi claims Mr. Latus was already down on the ground when he entered the room. Maybe it was a trap and he walked right into it? Yeah. Suddenly I hear a revolver. Close, very close. Then I hear a voice. You heard gunshots. Yes, it's true. I hear a revolver, but only sound. Wait, you're saying you went into the dressing room and found Mr. Latus already dead and then you heard shots? That's true. So you were at the scene of the crime when you heard those shots. And you escaped through the air vent. I know. Huh? What do you know? I know if I opening air vent, I can leave stage and backstage. So the vents went to both the stage and the backstage area? Is that what he means? Hey, he's right. Look, Apollo. Oh, we're getting some, we're getting some Danganronpa up in here. Huh? Yeah. But how did you know it was connected like that? Oh, please, me, right here. I know. Oh, it's for the trick. Sorry, I just shook the camera a lot. Wait, I bet his father was the architect that designed the hall or something. I hear this from Magician. Oh, score 1 for me. Magician? Hey, don't look at me. A magician, huh? Well, at least you're clear on one thing. Machi didn't shoot Mr. Latus. Yeah, but what does that leave us with? We're supposed to say he went into the room to find the body and then he heard the shots? That one's gonna go over well in court. Not. Apollo, you're his defense. You're supposed to believe whatever he says, even lies. I want that screenshotted. Yeah. I do miss. I didn't think I'd ever really use like a function to like record gameplay, like, and take pictures. Like, obviously recording gameplay, it's different. My brain hurts. But yeah, I didn't really see like me using those features the way they were designed. But they can be neat sometimes. I really miss being able to take screenshots of like funny quotes. That's what Daddy always told me. I'll just pretend you misheard him every time. So what do? You're sure you won't testify, Machi? No talking, no. That was worth a shot. We need Lamoire to tell us about the trick. That cocoon. I can't go home. Can't go home? Because he would be in jail. Can't go home to Borginia. I do not want to go home. Penalty for taking a cocoon from Borginia is death. So it's punishable by death. Wait! Of course, he's scared. Wait. Oh, no. Did Darian use him? Oh, I'm gonna be so mad. I mean, I guess unless Machi's gonna make out of this, but like, I'm wondering if he like threatened Machi or something to get him to bring that cocoon for the Chief Justice's son, and then found out there's an Interpol agent involved, and then shot him somehow while still on stage. Not quite clear on that. Oh, it's coming together. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to try a different approach. That's the spirit, Apollo. So that's your plan. If Machi won't testify about it, we'll have to get someone else to testify. Someone else? I think we're out of time. Let's get back in there. Right. Gavin? I feel like we need to get Darian back on the stand, or Dylan, as he is known in my screenshots, because I screwed up his name the first time when I did the thumbnail where he first appeared. When I saved the outline, I saved it as Dylan. And I've just continued with that mistake, so both of them are in there as Dylan 1 and Dylan 2. Court is now back in session. Mr. Justice, have you sorted things out with the defendant? Yes, Your Honor. We had a good talk. Very well, so will he testify? Your Honor, the defendant will not testify, but what we're gonna do is call an audible that I'm gonna think of while I'm talking about this to you, and I'm actually gonna call the judge to the witness stand. You can bring the whole bench with you if it makes you feel better. Ooh, what? Shame, in here I thought this was your big chance to turn the case around. Actually, it is. The defense would like to approach this case from a different angle, Your Honor. Call Your Honor to the stand. It's happening. It's gonna happen. Different angle? If Machi won't testify, then I know who will. I would like to cross-examine the witness in this case, Lamoire. That's far less. I started with the judge. It wasn't going to get any better than that. Lamoire. What are you up to now? I thought we determined yesterday that Lamoire's testimony was insubstantial. There's nothing you can. Lamoire was taken to the hospital yesterday with injuries. What happened? She was assaulted, Your Honor. Assaulted? Someone wanted Lamoire dead. Thankfully, she was able to save herself. What? I've heard no such report. Prosecutor Gavin. Why would anyone be out to kill Lamoire? Can you think of a reason? Well, think of how she is known in our country. A singer from overseas who doesn't speak English, yes? Yet someone tried to keep her mouth shut. Who could that have been? You don't think? Yes! I do. It was the same person who shot Mr. Latouche. The killer was afraid of her, afraid of what she might say. Oh, got him. The defense believes that something was hidden in her testimony yesterday. Something that the killer doesn't want getting out. Oh no, it's the magic trick. It was Volant the whole time. No! I refuse. So am I to understand this is what you are saying? Namely that there is a nugget of truth in Lamoire's testimony. A nugget we have yet to uncover? Exactly.
If Lamoire was attacked, this has serious implications.
Good job, Judge.
Very well. There were some vague points in her testimony during yesterday's trial. Perhaps we did not inquire as deeply as we might have into some. The court will hear from Lamoire's testimony once more.
Lamoire must apologize. We must ask you to stand again and speak. You need not apologize. I know that Machi is innocent. I will do all I can until the court realizes this. Let's review your testimony from yesterday. You told us you heard 2 gunshots and the shooter's voice through the window, and that the voice belonged to Darian Crescend, yes? That is correct. At which point I proved she could not be correct. She couldn't have heard any of those things. Nope. The small window at the scene was closed and was found to be quite soundproof.
You have nothing to say to that, Mr. Justice?
I don't know exactly what yet, but I do know there's something there. There is, it seems, much you do not know. That hurts.
And yet it is my duty to hear him out. Perhaps the witness would be so kind as to testify once more to the court.
Of course, Your Honor. Okay, we got this. We got this. What I heard. Come on. I was on my way to the stage, from the stage to the backstage exit. So when I heard them, Mr. Latouche and the detective. I heard the faint sound of a gunshot and stopped. Then I heard another gunshot. There was a smell of gunpowder. I knew I must tell someone, but I was in a hurry, so I kept moving past the small window. Ooh, alright, I want to press all that.
Pretty much the same as yesterday's testimony.
I am sorry. I'm not used to speaking much in this language. Perhaps my descriptions are lacking in some way. Yet everything I have said here is the truth. Then it is my distinct displeasure to say this. What you have said to have happened is impossible. Do I have to repeat myself? Lamoire was attacked because of this testimony. What? Shusy. You look like a real lawyer for once, Apollo. Apollo, you know, for a moment there, you were pretty cool. Yes! It happened. Maybe I do better when I don't try to think ahead.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Perhaps you can coolly cross-examine the witness.
Pleasure. This is where I put my feet up. Can't really do that. Alright, I don't see the bracelet ready to go. Is something wrong? There is an objection, but she's saying the same thing she said before.
Mr. Justice?
Sorry, it's nothing. Please continue with your testimony.
Now I know what they mean about the reckless youth these days.
The one in red over there is a shining example, Air Judge. You're the last person who should be pointing fingers, Mr. Rockstar. Mr. Latouche and the detective. Alright, press that. Darian Crescend? I didn't know his name at the time, but yes, it was him, the one who took the stand yesterday. How many times do I need to remind you that it's impossible? There is no way you could have heard him. Because the window at the scene was closed. Is that why? Of course. Apollo, if we keep asking the same questions as yesterday, we won't get anywhere. She's right. Maybe there's a different angle I can try. Try it. Did you hear anything else? What were they... Oh, I've been dying to know what they're talking about. I probably should have thought that through better. We're just going to do it. And if I'm wrong, then we lose the game and we are fired and it's game over. That's it. End of the series. Lamoire, do you by any chance remember what they were saying to each other? If so, please tell us. I've given it much reflection, but I was afraid of this. She doesn't remember. I only heard one phrase clearly. Ooh, a whole phrase? You remember something that was said? Ha! Why didn't you say anything yesterday? Though my memory is clear, I was afraid to speak. You see, I do not understand what was said. This could be it, the clue I've been waiting for. Well, what did he say? It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Latouche. The shooter, then. Darian Crescend.
Well, what did he say?
It's over. Press the switch now. Ooh. I know how he could have been on stage. Oh. Switch.
Switch.
Oop, there we go.
And the shooter said this to the victim, Mr. Latouche.
I thought it quite strange myself afterward.
It is a mystery. What could it possibly mean? Mr. Justice, care to shed some light on this?
I mean, sure. I'd be delighted. It's, very, very vital. Preps, maybe we could add it to the testimony. Oh, I know what I want. Maybe Apollo. Alright, I want to press that. I have a couple things I think I want to present there. And it was Detective Darian Crescen's voice. Dylan Crescen. Common mistake. Yes, I'm sure of it.
It's over. Press the switch. Why would he say that to Mr. Latouche?
Apollo, the murder weapon, the revolver is Mr. Latouche's, right? Yeah, what of it? Well, maybe when he said press the switch, he really meant to say pull the trigger. Because his English isn't so good. Darren Crescent is a native speaker. Oh, alright, sorry. I kind of forgot who was what. Press the switch. It's not something any killer usually says to his or her victim, is it?
Was there no one else in the room?
I do not know. All I heard was Mr. Latouche and the detective. There were 2 gunshots. Yes, I heard 2, one after the other. That fits with the bullet holes at the scene. Nothing really new here to pick up. Why didn't you tell someone immediately? Well,
If it were me, I would have gone to the police right away. It's our duty as citizens.
This may be beside the point, but Lamar isn't a citizen, though one would hope such common sense prevails in Borginia as well. Lamar seems awfully quiet all of a sudden. That's strange. Could she be hiding something? Oh yeah. It is as you say, yet at the time... Oh, I need to know. No, you can't be bad. You were in a hurry to go where? I was on my way to the backstage exit, as I have said. Why were you in such a hurry then? Well, I don't think that has anything to do with this case. Oh, it does. It very well might. Please answer the question. Are you alright, Lemar? Yes, I am just tired. Recall what I told you yesterday, our forehead. Lemar suffers from serious amnesia. Please refrain from traumatizing her further. Right, so he can just dismiss the questions he thinks are too traumatizing. Convenient. Why don't you prove her reason to the connection to the case before asking about it, yeah?
The prosecution's objection is sustained.
If I hear objection and sustained one more time, I'm gonna scream. Objection. Sustained. Shout out to the 2 people who get that reference.
The current question is moot. Mr. Justice, please continue with your cross-examination.
Lamar was attacked because of this testimony. I know she was, so something's gotta be hidden here. Maybe there's some detail we're missing? I guess we'll just have to get her to fill in the blanks. Right. Stage exit. That's what I heard. Press the switch now. Okay. Ooh. Do I want the igniter? No, not that. No, I think triggers an igniter within 30 feet. I think this is the one I want. It's hard because I think I have like where this is all going. He was up on stage. Those at the same range as the earpieces. Like that's going to be a thing. That's press the switch. There's only one key that can unlock the mystery of those words. Oh, yeah, there was nothing at the scene that could be called a switch to save the lights. True, there wasn't a switch at the scene, but it just so happens I have a switch right here.
That certainly does look like a switch, doesn't it?
Problem is, this was found not at the scene of the crime, but on the stage.
The stage?
Where the concert was held, yes. This was found hidden there. On the stage.
Are you claiming that the voice Lamar heard was of someone commanding another to press this switch?
It's a possibility. Oh, our forehead, I'd call that an impossibility. Why? It's hardly necessary for me to remind the court the layout of the concert forum. The stage is quite far from Lamoire's dressing room. Not to mention that the Governors were in the middle of a concert on said stage. That's why he missed his cue. Oh, we're gonna lawyer him. We aren't known for being a quiet band. You could shout all you wanted and not be heard. Not if you talked into an earpiece. The actor's voice was loud, but certainly not a shout. So too could their foreheads' cries of possibility fallen far short of being heard. Sorry, but he wouldn't have needed to shout. Excuse me, you heard what I said, or do you need me to shout it out for you? Ooh. It would have been quite simple to be heard on the stage from the dressing room. Oh wait, you like evidence, don't you? How about this? Using this, it would be easy to get a message from someone to the stage of the dressing room. Oh my god, we are on fire. Prosecutor Gavin, perhaps you're familiar with this. Oops. Why that's
What is it? My hearing aid? I lost it last week. Is that some kind of newfangled phone they invented when I was looking?
This is a type of transmitter, a communications device.
Communications device?
From what I've heard that night, everyone on stage was wearing one of these. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Yes, actually, therefore, talking between band members. We all had one on. So you admit that if you were wearing one of these, talking from the backstage to the stage would be simple. What you got? Bring it. It's true, but wait, they'll send out an electronic signal. To avoid interference with the audio systems, their range is quite limited. Lamar said it's about 30 feet, right? Look at the cross-section diagram of the concert forum. Exactly. The walk from the stage to the backstage seems far, but the direct distance is less than 30 feet. That can't be. Oh, come on, you're smarter than that. Come on.
So when Lamar heard the shooter's voice, he could have been talking to someone on stage.
Ha, you are claiming this is the switch in question. Why did it have to be on the stage at that time? To establish an alibi, it could have been placed in the pocket and carried away anywhere. Someone could have hid it on the stage after the fact. Hey, he's got a point. How do we know where it was when she heard the voice? When the shooter said press the switch. I guess we don't.
An unfortunate situation. I'm afraid that until we know where the switch was, there's little point in debating it.
What? Come on, how are you gonna ignore that? We were doing so good. I'm with you, Apollo. I was sure this was the way to go with this. What is this switch anyway? We don't even know that basic fact. Wait a second. I do know what this switch is. And if you follow that train of logic to its incredible conclusion, it ends up in proof that completely changes this case. Yes! What's up, Apollo? Apollo? We know about this switch, right? We know what it is. Yeah? Well, think of when it was used that day. Think of what happened.
Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no further information to share concerning the switch...
Your Honor?
Yes, Mr. Justice.
I've been remiss in not telling the court this before. I know what the switch is.
Well, it seems the defense is set upon linking this switch to the case.
Uh-oh.
Let's see your evidence of the link. What evidence do you have to explain what this switch is?
Uh-oh. I want to assume this. Identical igniters in Gavin's guitar and at the scene of the crime. Oh boy. All right, let's just. I'm gonna go with this. Let me stay with me. Is there anything else? I don't think presenting the guitar is actually gonna help. Videotape. I don't think we need that just yet. Okay. I'm gonna go with this. It seems like the most logical answer. Prosecutor Gavin, you remember this? That's...
That what? Is it another one of those newfangled phones?
This is an igniter. What phone looks like this?
Igniter? You mean it's like a lighter?
Yes, actually. You aren't saying this switch is the remote? I am. This is a remote trigger for an igniter. Ooh, what? Look, I'll show you.
Mr. Justice, you will cease and desist from burning down this courtroom.
I want to keep going. I kind of want to end the episode here just because I want that on screen for next time. We'll go a few more minutes. My voice is starting to give out, but we'll go a few more minutes. Sorry, that was a bit more fire than I expected.
If my whiskers had caught on fire.
Prosecutor Gavin, let me repeat myself. This switch is a remote igniter trigger. Doesn't that suggest something to you? You're talking about what happened to me, aren't you? Ah, exactly. That night at the concert, there was one unusual burst of flame. Yep, when your guitar caught fire in the middle. I can't read that fast.
Wasn't that part of the stage show, though?
Nope. Prosecutor Gavin was entirely unaware such a thing had been planned, and the guitar that burned was a valuable keepsake. That's right, he got it in Borginia from Lamoire. He said the sound was amazing, before it burned, of course. Now it just kind of smokes. The better the guitar, the brighter it burns. That's true. Air forehead. Yes. Don't tell me you're trying to tie these two things together. Those being the shooter's voice heard by Lamoire, and the guitar suddenly catching on fire. Yep, I am. It's really simple when you think about it. Mr. Latus and the shooter were at the crime scene. The shooter was wearing a headset. He ordered someone on stage to press the switch. The switch was pressed and the guitar caught fire.
Well, that does seem to make sense. Though something about it is bugging me. Can't quite put my finger on it.
Really? Seems pretty simple to me. Air forehead, don't destroy what little respect I have for you. What? I was expecting something a little more sensible. I guess I was wrong.
What's this all about, Prosecutor Gavin?
His simple story makes no sense. Think, that night my guitar caught fire, yes. The cause may have been this, indeed. However, the guitar caught fire during the second set. Yeah, that's right, of course. The guitar caught fire during Lamoire's song. Indeed, yet the shooting happened during the third set. The two are utterly unrelated.
Yes, that must have been what was bugging me. The premise for this is faulty.
See, his story makes no sense. Are you sure about that?
Oh, we got him. What exactly do you mean, Mr. Justice?
We'll just have to find out what Mr. Justice means in the next episode. Oh! Alright, we're finally getting down to the meat of this. I'm hoping we can get Darian on the stand here. Because then I think we got him at that point. But we'll just have to wait. As always, thank you all so much for watching. And I'll see you next time.